So here, all my students, this is poem number 5, the Bal poem. I hope you all have played with balls sometime or other. So before I initiate with this poem, the Ball poem, let us have little introduction about the poet. It is John Berryman. He was an American poet and scholar, and best known for his Dream Songs that was published in the year 1969, which was a sequence of 385 poems. He was a recipient of a Pulitzer Prize, a significance prize in field of literature for the Dream Songs, and he also won a National Book Award. What about this poem? The poet John Berryman, through this poem, the Ball poem, has described the reality of life, which everyone has to face one day, whether it is you or me or anybody else. He has also touched the topic of how to stand up against the miseries and sorrows of life. As we all know, pain is inescapable. No one can escape from pain in life. So, this poem is important that the poet has touched how to stand up against all sort of pains and sorrows and how to go on with hardships of life. Here goes your poem. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go, merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over. There it is in the water. So in the first stanza only, the poet is talking about what is the boy now who has lost his ball. Here, ball is a very important character in this poem. So what is what is he to do? As I saw it go, I saw the ball go, merrily bouncing, happily bouncing, and then down the street, and very happily over, and finally it is in the water. So the poet is talking about a boy who has lost his ball. He wants to know about him and his reaction because he has lost his ball. Further, he asks to himself that what this boy will do after losing his ball. The poet has seen the ball going away from the boy. He says that the ball was cheerfully jumping up and down in the street. This means that when the ball skipped from boy's hand, it went into the street and later on the ball fell into the nearby river, a water body. Next, no use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. I would not intrude on him a dime. Another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility. Please underline this. Now he senses first responsibility. So second stanza starting with no use to say, oh, there are other balls. Of course, because if you are rich, you have many balls, and one is lost, you have another balls. But the same is not for all. For this particular boy, there was no use to thinking about, oh, I don't care as I have other balls. That he could not speak, that he could not think. And so an ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. The boy was very unhappy. He was sad. And so fixes the boy. That thought fixes the boy. Oh, I have lost my ball. And so he stands there, rigid, trembling. Trembling may not because of fear. Here, trembling means he was not happy that he had lost his ball, and so staring down, looking down at the river, that water body where the ball had gone, all his young days into the harbor where his ball went, all his young days into the harbor. Harbor is a place where ship stands. So I would not intrude on him. Here poet is speaking now. I goes to poet. I would not intrude on him. I would not disturb him. But a dime, another ball, is worthless. Here dime. Dime is a coin, a currency in US. Here we deal in coins, right? 10 rupee coin, 5 rupee coin. So there it is dime. A dime and a dime worth 10 cents. 10 paisa equals to 1 dime. So 10 cents, another ball is worthless. No need to think about that he could buy another ball for 10 cents. And so he got first responsibility. He understood first responsibility. He sensed first responsibility. There, with that, what? What the responsibility that he got? In a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy, and no one buys a ball back. Money is external. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes the epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know and most know many days, how to stand up. So the first responsibility what he understood is in a word of possessions. Please underline this, in a word of possessions. Possession means that is to own something, that is to have right of something because it is yours. So in other words you can understand like this car is mine, that book belongs to me, my car, my parents, my ball, that is possessions. When you say something is means you own it. So in a word of possessions, people will take balls. Our balls will be lost always, and no one will buy the ball back for you. Money is external. Okay, fine, money is important, but it is external. But he was learning what? Though he was unhappy, but he learned well behind his desperate eyes. Desperate means hopelessness, that he was full of hopelessness, that he had lost his ball. So what did he learn? That epistemology of loss. Epistemology meaning that this is Greek word, and meaning of epistemology means knowledge. So underline this term and write knowledge. Epistemology, knowledge. So I learned that knowledge of loss, what is loss, and how we receive pain when we are at loss. Here in this poem, it is a loss of ball, but poet is talking about that there are losses in life, pains in life, in many terms. So here epistemology of laws, he learned that how to stand up, how not to cry on those things. Money is external. No one will buy back you the ball that had been lost by the boy. So you have to stand up. The boy learned how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know. What? Most know many days how to stand up. In this way, your poem ends. The literal meaning of the poem is what exactly poet wants to convey to all the readers is the poet is talking about a little boy who has lost his ball. He was playing with his ball. The ball skipped from his hand and went into the nearby water body. The poet says that this sight of the boy losing his favorite ball made him think about the boy and his reaction to this situation. Poet further says that the boy was helplessly looking into the water where his ball had gone. He was very sad, very unhappy, and so trembling with fear because not because of fear, only because of this he had lost his ball. He got so immersed, he got so engaged, he sank in his sorrow. that he kept standing near the harbor, near that water body for a very long time, just looking for his ball. The poet says that he could console him that he may get new ball. Ah, he could also give him some money to buy another ball. But poet stops himself from doing so because the poet thinks that the money may bring that new ball, of course, but will not bring the memories of feelings attached to the lost ball. So we lose so many things in life. Sometime ball, sometime your favorite bat, sometime your near and dear ones, right? But everything cannot be replaced. When it is ball, new ball can be bought, but the touch, the feeling, the memories that you have attached to that particular thing you have lost cannot be brought back. So poet further says that the time has come for the boy to learn his responsibilities, the lesson of life. And here the poet wants to say that now the boy will learn the toughest lesson of life. What? The lesson of accepting the harsh realities of life, that one day we will lose our loved ones and our loved things. This is all about the poem and the poet, what he wanted to convey to all of us. Go through the poem, you have 2 minutes, and please come forward with your queries and questions and doubts, whatever you have. 2 minutes for you. Read the poem silently. Try to connect with my explanation. And if you have any doubt, let me know.